Hi, Paul Hefty here with the Triangle O Football System. I want to talk about our no-back series and our quarterback RPOs. What this consists of is using empty sets, but still using our core RPO concepts, just with the quarterback now as the ball carrier. Some key points here. We still want to keep our technique fairly similar. So with outside RPOs, quarterback will take his same lateral shuffle step for his read and then plant and go. The term we like to use here is be slow and then fast. With inside RPOs, the quarterback will use what we call a drop step rocker, where he's going to take his throwing arm and foot and simply keep his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage, take a drop step and read, and then continue forward with a running shuffle into the line of scrimmage, still with the option to run or pass. There's a great video here of a Montana State quarterback running this against North Dakota State in the championship game 2022. Let's take a look. All right, here's an example of us running our stretch RPO from a no-back set. We like to use our what we call our sixes formation. That gets us with our B back to our A and our Z side, giving us a 3-by-2 formation. You can see a couple things here that'll happen. The B receiver then will go ahead and run a bubble route all the time, and the rest of the players are just running their core RPO concept. Second thing is, again, the quarterback is still going to use his same RPO technique. So with outside run, he'll take that lateral shuffle step to the left. If it's pass, reading the will backer, he can go ahead and throw with the 3 receivers there. If he gets a no pass read, then he'll just go ahead after the shuffle, tuck the ball, and become the ball carrier. All right, now we have our split zone RPO. Again, we'll go with a sixes right, which puts the back to the call side, getting a 3-by-2 again. Quarterback is going to check for free access either side. If he has it, he takes it. If not, then you'll see he'll do his drop step rocker, and again reading the will backer post snap. The will fills, he'll still pivot and drill the bubble. The will sits, then he'll continue on his forward running shuffle, still reading that will backer. If he sits, then he'll run all the way. If he fills, then he can again pivot and throw the bubble. Here's an example of our sweep RPO. Again, exactly like stretch, we're in a sixes right again, so he gets the 3 receivers to the right. B will run his bubble route. Again, quarterback's going to take his lateral shuffle step, reading the will backer. If he fills, then we can look to drill 1, 2, 3 there. If he doesn't, then he's going to go ahead and take off and read that H back for our sweep play. Here's your counter blast. This is where we're going to start to use our rocker step with our quarterback reading the SAM, and then as he comes forward, we want to go ahead and use those forward shuffle steps. The key to this is a quarterback's shoulders now square up running into the line of scrimmage, but he's going to take short replace steps, still reading the SAM on the run. If he fills, then we can drill 1, 2, 3. If he sits, then he's just going to go ahead and take off as he attacks the line of scrimmage. Here's power. Great run and run out of the empty set. Again, we're sixes left this time now. B back goes to the A and the Z, so we get a 3-by-2. We're going to run back to the H back. Again, quarterback uses his rocker step, reading the SAM. There's no fill there. Then he starts to do second phase of his forward shuffle steps. Again, still reading the SAM for his run pass option. Last is we can do our backdoor series, which is a dart action by a running back normally. So in order to create the same timing and look to the defense, the quarterback now will do a rocker step every time with a backdoor play, whether it's outside or inside. You can see here the first one, we're running backdoor to the left stretch. So he's going to take his rocker step, always reading now that will backer. If he fills, we can look to drill. If he doesn't, you can see then it turns into regular quarterback stretch to the left. He would take his 5 steps, plant, and read with the H-back running his boss block pulling to the Sam backer. We can also do this now with the peak signal, so we get the H-back to free release, same exact play, 6 is left. The Z, the A, and the B now are blockers because it's backdoor. We're going away from the H-back. But we add the peak signal, so the quarterback still takes his rocker step, reading the will backer. If he fills, he can drill the H-back to the X. If he sits, then the quarterback will pivot and take his 5 steps down the line, stretching the defense, reading that tackle's block, going inside, outside. Last is our inside backdoor. We're using power here. This one's a little more complicated, so you want to have quarterbacks that are good at reading because he's doing a double post-snap read. What happens here again with all backdoors, quarterback's going to take his rocker step, read the will backer. If the will fills, he can throw that X receiver on the clearance right now. If the will sits, then he goes into his controlled forward shuffle steps, and now the second read becomes the Sam backer. If the Sam sits, then he'll take off and run. If the Sam fills, now we can go 2, 3, 4, reading our pop route just like we have normally. Again, this is a little more complicated, but it's a great progression if you start running a lot of these no-back quarterback RPOs. As always with our backdoor, we can always add the peak signal, allowing the H-back to free release. Again, with all backdoors, quarterback's going to use his rocker, read the will backer. Now he gets the H-back or the X. If the will sits, then he's going to take off on his controlled forward shuffle to his second read key is the Sam backer. Again, he fills, will drill now 3, 4, 5. If he sits, he could take off and run. Again, you can see we're using our core RPOs, nothing new. We simply remove the back out of the backfield and create a 3x2 set, and the quarterback just has to be slow to fast on his read phase, and we can have our same RPOs. Thanks.